century has become a pivotal point of education as we are seeing the classroom as students and teachers develop and grow, bringing a wide range of materials and knowledge for the benefit of each other. The structure of the classroom has changed to suit the developing role of the teacher as the guide and facilitator in a collaborative environment, opposed to the 20th century teacher being in front of the classroom with all of the knowledge. The focus of the curriculum is to foster and enrich students to be diverse, critical and metacognitive thinkers through the support of ICT. ICT allows a web of connection and interaction with the world and allows students to delve deeper into ideas and content in a learning environment which is familiar to them. It is crucially evident that funding and equity of resources is a major issue stopping Australian students from excelling in the way of the expectations of the Labor government's educational technological revolution of 2007. The images on this slide show the change of the classroom over time. The first picture from the 1930s shows the teacher being the only one standing in the back of the room. Students and tables are separated and rowed to discourage movement and collaborative discussion. We can see by the bottom picture that the tables are grouped to harbour discussion amongst each other and emphasises movement by the teacher to collate, negate discussion and answer questions. The focal point of the classroom has shifted to involve a holistic and inclusive teaching environment known as the Learning by Design model. Clancy's focuses on this model as a major development of classroom arrangement to reflect on social and cultural change. Australia is modifying and developing new strategies for the classroom to reflect the growth of other nations in the world. However, the accounts made by the OECD show that Australia is indeed not equitable in their status and distribution of technological access within the classroom. It becomes a difficult situation when the society is using technology through the school's resources fail to amount to the growth of student populace and the requirements of devices in every classroom. It is noted by Bagshaw that in a typical Australian classroom, the gap between the achievement of students at the top of the class and those at the bottom is more than 7 years. With this staggering insight, students are not given the opportunity to develop the skills they need for the real world. The governmental campaigns of 2007 was to establish an educational scheme that would inhibit a computer for every secondary school student from years 9 to 12. The digital education revolution aimed to place funding in schools to upgrade resources and allow students with their own devices for the classroom. It was a costly scheme for the following 4 years, where the National Secondary Schools Computer funded over $2.4 million spent on devices, teacher training and establishing technological working areas in the classrooms. It was a periodical scheme, and after the 4 years, schools were expected to continue to fund its upkeep, creating a dire strain on any school where the funding of technology and its upkeep requires a great deal of attention and time. News article I Support explores the scheme's ultimate success, where the targets were met where the computer to student ratio was 1:1. However, the scheme finalised and students in years 9 to 12 now do not have access to their own personal devices unless it is personally brought or organised through the school. It comes to a point where it is how we use the tools and technology that has the impact on students. It is about ensuring all students have the opportunity to use and develop their computer skills, even if it is one computer lab shared amongst the school. Equity and fairness has to be addressed to ensure the best for our students. The design of the classroom aims to provide students with variety in their learning and opportunities for heightened learning experiences. The change of design looks at the importance of interaction, facilitation and collaboration on all fronts of the classroom and schools. It is this modern setup that the teacher continues to teach, though asks students questions, facilitates discussion among their groups and nurtures metacognitive thought, where students are encouraged to engage and learn from one another for a deeper thinking and understanding. Sean Young explores the use of games as collaborative practice in his lessons for the interaction between students and a team-building strategy for better classroom management and motivation. It is through content-relevant activities that require team building and accentuation of knowledge that pushes students to achieve and strive to benefit diversity of knowledge, where these skills are transferred to inhibit positive discussion and team building in all aspects of life. Technology is a fundamental contribution to the 21st century classroom to prepare students for the demands of an ever-changing world. Growing emphasis has been placed on the need for equitable funding nationally to support all technological learning accessibility and success among the students, to immerse themselves in a diverse and relatable environment. Technology is a motivator and a common denominator within the classroom, though without the funding or the equitable slate of accessibility within schools, students' transferable technological skills will deteriorate. It is important that students are given this opportunity to learn what they know so they can have a familiar setting to learn difficult and new content and ideas. It is a human necessity to talk and exchange information and ideas, where the 21st century development of the classroom explores this need through its setup, positioning and the responsibility of the student for their own learning, and the benefit of technology as a learning tool and strategy for engaging students and preparing them for the future. Thank you.